One of the most important things you can do for your soil is to get more oxygen in there and take excess water out.
Well, when we look at soils, we have to have a balance. We need about 50% dirt, 25% water, 25% air. When we get out of balance one way or the other, we have problems. When we have no water in the soil and 50% air, 50% dirt, well, that's obviously a big time problem. And if we have 50% dirt, 50% water, that's a big challenge too. So we need to get that balance right. And improving our drainage is one way to look at it. Improving our oxygen percentage in the soil is another. Either way, one of the best ways to accomplish those tasks is by using drainage tile.
The reason why we're talking about this today is, hey, it's fall. We don't have a lot of time left, especially in the northern part of the country, before freeze up. But we just want to encourage you, if you've got tiling projects to do, get them done. Even with commodity prices where they're at today versus 2 or 3 times higher a year or two ago, you're still going to get a decent return on investment over time. This is a long-term 50, 60, 70-year investment you're making into your land. It's not just about you, it's also about your kids and your grandkids and trying to make that ground better. And I want you to think about just some of the environmental things that you know we need to do well. For one, reducing erosion. It's a proven fact. Look up any study that's ever been done about tiling. You put tile in the ground, you will have less erosion. The studies will show you 40 to 60% erosion reduction. The other big thing is people talk a lot about reducing tillage, both to reduce erosion, but then also to build organic matter in the soil. We agree with that wholeheartedly. Reduce your tillage. But you know what? You can't reduce your tillage if you've got wet soils. So by adding tile in the ground, you can lower the water table. That's all you're doing. You're not taking all the water out, but you're just lowering the water table, and that means you have a better chance to get in there in the spring just a little bit sooner. Your soil is going to warm up a little bit quicker, and you're going to have more oxygen in there, which is overall better for your soil, better for your plant health, better for the soil microbes. It's a good thing.
There have been so many innovations in drainage tile work over the years, and now more farmers are able to do it themselves by use of GPS technology rather than having to set up and move lasers all over the place. You can get quite a bit of tiling done in a day. That's a nice thing. But the other thing I really like is that tile is getting placed more shallow than it was in the past. Think about our forefathers that actually hand dug in the tile lines. They didn't want to have to put in tile lines every 30 or 50 feet, so they would put them in very deep so it could draw water from a wider area. Now we can put tile in much more shallow. We don't need to have our water table down 6 feet. For most crops, if we've got our water table down 2.5 to 3.5 feet, it works a lot better, and we can do it fairly inexpensively now and quickly with the equipment that's available, so we can put those tile lines shallow and a little closer together.
The other thing I love about shallow tile lines, number one, we get rid of the water maybe a little bit quicker, so we have good drainage, in part because we've got a lot closer tile spacing. But here's the other thing. If my tile is at 2.5 or 3 feet, in the spring when people are getting flooded out, you know what is happening in our tile lines? Nothing, because they're still frozen. They're above the frost line. That's what we want with tile lines. It's not going to bust your tile lines up or anything like that. We haven't seen that problem. But what we do see is when people are complaining, oh, you know, we got all these rivers flooding and everything else from snowmelt. If there isn't anything running out of our tile lines, that's a good thing for us as farmers to advertise.
You know, there are so many misnomers about tiling out there and things that you hear that just frankly aren't true. And when you think about how tile works, it's just like the tile right around your home, right around your foundation. Water comes up from the bottom. It's not that you got a big rain and it came down from the top. It's that the water table has come up from the bottom. That's when tile lines run in fields. That's when the tile lines around your home start pushing that water into your sump pump so you can move it away. It's not that you just got a heavy rain. It's that the water table has actually come up from below.
Well, once again, we just want to encourage you, make this happen on your farm. And I know, because I've had to work with all of our neighbors and I've had to work with the highway departments in the county and the NRCS and everybody else, it takes a lot more time to do that than it does to throw that tile in the ground. But believe me, it is worth it. We've tiled almost every one of our fields on our farm, and it's just made such a huge difference, not only for yield and profitability, but the other side of it is it's made farming fun again. When you can farm straight through, your soils warm up nice in the spring, and we can actually build organic matter and reduce erosion. Those are all good things for the environment, good things for agriculture, and good things for your community.
Well, another good thing is weed control out in your fields. We'll show you how to stop this tough weed coming up next.